Hey there to my 25 subscribers, my future subscribers, and all the people that secretly watch me without subscribing. Today I want to talk to you about what the Bible says about fear. And first I'll read you two scriptures which I actually have on my phone. So I'll just read it right off my phone because that'll make it easier, I think. Isaiah 41:13 says, "For I, the Lord thy God, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, Fear not, I will help thee." And the other one's Hebrews 13:6, which says, "So that we may boldly say, The Lord is my helper, and I will not fear what man shall do unto me." And I originally wrote those down. What's it been? 23, sorry about the noise, 23 and a half years ago, when I was in jail, because when I first got there, I didn't even know why I was there. They never told me why they arrested me. Took me forever to figure out what their excuse was. And then they were threatening to give me 70 years for something that not only did I not do, but never actually happened. And yeah, that's a big story. But we're not dealing with that right now. Just saying that I went through some things, stressing and worrying, because I had two young kids that were given supposed to be temporarily, to my ex until I could get out. And like I said, I was told that I was facing 70 years, as in, 7-0. And basically conspiracy and harboring of somebody that wasn't wanted and didn't actually do anything. So that, whatever. So anyway, that's a whole long story. I'm not getting into that. Anyway, so it made me want to talk to you guys about what the Bible says about fear. Because it does say in the Bible that we're not supposed to have fear. And for me, that's kind of easy because I have some sort of defect, so I can't actually feel fear. I'm not exactly sure what fear feels like. I do have some ideas, from watching TV and talking to people, but I don't have anything tangible to base it off of. And so today I went and talked to an old friend of mine that I did Bible studies with back when my son was a baby. So, he's 21 now. So 21 years ago I did Bible studies with her. And she knows more about the Bible than anybody else I know, I believe. I think she's 92 now, but she still agreed to sit down and talk with me and let me kind of pick her brain a little bit. And so yeah, when the Bible says not to have fear, so there's a couple different types of situations. One, of course, is the fearing man, which is what drew me to those scriptures in the first place. Because although I wasn't afraid in the way that a lot of people feel fear, I was worried. I was stressed. I had anxiety. And I was just worried about what was going to happen to my kids. And I wasn't really worried about what would happen to me. I was just worried about what would happen to my kids. And so I wasn't afraid of being in jail. That was just a cakewalk. Sorry for anybody that it wasn't, but here it is. It's like it was like a slumber party, I guess. 4.5 month slumber party. I sat in there the entire time fighting the case, but yeah, I wasn't afraid of jail. I wasn't afraid of the idea of going to prison. I was just worried about what would happen to my kids, worried about what they were going through, worrying if they're okay. My ex wouldn't let me talk to them. Like, I wrote them letters. Don't know if they ever got any of them. And I never got anything from them. From my understanding, I'm not sure if wrote to me is the right word, because they were little, drew me pictures or whatever, but I never got them. So anyway, so yeah, we're not supposed to fear man, and it's not so much that we could just sit there and say, oh, nothing bad's ever going to happen to us. That's not what it's referring to. It's talking about that Jesus is going to be by our sides as we go through anything. He'll be there to comfort and help us. But you have to keep in mind, obviously we can't all live forever. Eventually we're all going to go. And so it's not like you don't have to worry. You don't have to sit there and it's not like oh gosh, I can't even think of the right wording here. God's not going to protect us from death, obviously, because we can't live forever. That is just not the way it works. But if we are doing things for the right reasons, and we are following God, and our hearts are in the right places, then what it's saying is basically not to fear, because no matter what happens here, we will end up in a better place. At least I believe that's what it means. And also, it talks about fear in regards to things like specifically, snakes, poison, that kind of stuff. And you see preachers all the time, stories about the preachers brought snakes into the church and is running around these snakes thinking that they won't hurt them. And that's not how it works. God doesn't want us to intentionally endanger ourselves and others and expect protection. But if we're out doing what we should be doing and our hearts are in the right places, we're out trying to help people, then if we get bit by a snake, then there's a good possibility we'll be fine. Not 100% guaranteed, because there's always a possibility that there's a bigger picture of something else that's supposed to happen in relation to that. But if something bad happens and it's not our fault and we're doing something good at the time, just pray about it. And in theory, and I say in theory because not everybody believes in the Bible, but pray about it and you'll most likely be healed. And I am not in any way advising people not to go to a hospital if there's a doctor around to help. I know that my parents' church, they don't believe in doctors. I'm totally against that, because I feel that everybody is given a gift. Some of them are given the gift of healing, whether it means prayer or physically, tangibly healing people. And I think it's perfectly fine to go to the doctor and pray that the doctor knows what they're doing, pray that the doctor's hands are guided, and that everything works out. So, it's up to everybody else to decide what they feel and what they believe, but that's how I feel. And my dad, he didn't believe in doctors, and we kind of pushed him in the direction of doctors when he was dying, and the guilt ate at him. But then My mom, she grew up in a home where doctors were like the fix for everything, and somehow I ended up the type of person where I go if I feel like I'm dying. So, anyway, that's way off topic. I do that a lot. I ramble. I just don't usually do it on here, way off topic, but I got distracted. Sorry about that. Anyway, try not to fear things that you have no control over. If something's happening and you don't have control over it, just pray about it. And whatever's meant to be is going to be. But yeah, maybe pray for comfort, guidance, and help in dealing with things that are happening rather than praying that things aren't going to happen. And I think that's about it for now. I'm rambling enough, so I'm going to wrap this up, and I'm probably forgetting something. I do that a lot, but that's okay. Like, subscribe, comment, give me your thoughts and opinions, and I'll be back in a couple of days, maybe sooner, maybe later. No, definitely not more than a couple of days, but because I do plan on trying to upload every Sunday and Tuesday, but I might do other videos in between depending on what's going on around me. So anyway, I'm rambling again. And so that's it. All right, bye.
Fly, I coulda drove the old school Chevy, but my fans up the night, so I'm rock star ready. I coulda left the VIP waiting, but they all waiting for me. I'm lightweight, famous. Hold up, let me pose real quick.